Lord Shiva is my favorite mythological character. Of course, we also worship him as God. Author Amidst changed the figurine and personality of Lord Shiva and wonderfully depicted him as a common man, one among us, in his blockbuster bestseller series Shiva trilogy. I just fell in love with the character even more after reading the trilogy. The concept of tracking down a person who fits into the criteria of being labeled as the Nilakantha, who is supposed to be born with a purpose, who goes on to be designated as Mahadev, that is the greatest Lord, is more than just being awesome as being described by Amidst in Shiva trilogy. But my talk today is not about author Amidst or his trilogy. This is about the geography of Lord Shiva, the place where Shiva lives. Lord Shiva has his own abode known as Kailasa, wherein he lives a simple life of an ascetic. Now, there are different opinions about his abode. One opinion tells that Shiva's residence is in line with the other two divine celestial worlds which belong to his other two counterparts, that is Lord Vishnu and Lord Brahma. Shiva, along with Vishnu and Brahma, complete the concept of Trimurti, the three greater forces or the Trinity governing the entire show of the creation. According to this school of thoughts, we should find Kailasa to be in the neighborhood of Lord Vishnu's apartment, that is Vaikunta, and Lord Brahma's apartment, that is Brahmapura or Satyaloka, located on Mount Meru. But the other school says that Lord Shiva's Kailasa is located on the earth and matches with Mount Kailash in the Himalayas. But Lord Brahma and Lord Vishnu live in the celestial worlds. It is also said that Vaikunta is located 1,000 universes above Brahmaloka in the direction of constellation of Capricorn, that is Makara Rashi. Bhagavata Purana quotes Vaikunta to be the highest realm located above all worlds. This shows that Vishnu stays in the top floor, Brahma in the middle floor, and Shiva in the ground floor of the creation. They are watching and monitoring the activities of creation and all life and lifeless creation from different platforms. Lord Shiva among the Trimurtis appear to be easily accessible wherever our Lord Shiva resides. We have seen in many movies and serials, read in many novels and epics, that Lord Shiva stays in a place called Kailas, which is surrounded by peaks of snow. Isn't it reasonable enough to call Lord Shiva as the Lord of Snow? Indeed, yes. Now we get a doubt, why this house of snow for Shiva? Among all places, why did Shiva choose the snow peaks for his abode? We know Shiva is known for his simplicity. He would have anyway selected a settlement which is very simple. He did choose the mountains of snow. But what would have been the reason? Lord Shiva is surrounded by a lot of snow and icebergs. He is naturally an aggressive character. His anger is as popular as his simplicity and innocence. When Shiva gets angry, of course, with a strong reason, he goes very offensive and his anger is all destructive. He is also known as the destructor of the world, the terminator of all evil. We have an instance wherein Lord Shiva destroys the great sacrifice and the participants therein, as explained in the mythological tale of Daksha Yagna. This sacrifice was conducted by Shiva's own father-in-law, King Daksha. Sati, wife of Lord Shiva, furious with her father for not inviting her husband and also for humiliating him, jumped into the sacrificial fire, giving her life. Lord Shiva goes on a rampage following this and even slaughters everyone in the sacrifice and destroys the whole venue. Pained by the events, Shiva goes into deep penance. Another instance is wherein Shiva slaughters at least 80 demons on the shore of holy river Ganga, now known as Asi Ghati. Author Amidst narrates this event, telling that Lord Shiva goes into a sort of depression after this event. These instances show that Lord Shiva is as repenting in nature as his aggression. Lord Shiva is also known as Bholenath, the innocent god. He is usually this. He is a peace-loving character who lives with a little family of his, surrounded by his disciples, followers, and high peaks of snow. To control his aggressive part from expressing in surged proportions, Shiva probably chose a place where he is covered by snow. To add to this, the environment of Himalayas and the exotic nature would enable one to keep peace with oneself. We would see Shiva meditating most times. He would also enjoy dancing, music, and other fine arts, and is often seen in romantic dance with Shakti, his better half. Most members in his gana, that is group of ascetic followers, including the celestial bull Nandi, were well versed in fine arts. We could find many characters in the proximity of Shiva playing musical instruments in the pictures and engravings found in ancient temples of Lord Shiva. Shiva was not only the master of orchestra of the entire world, but he also had an orchestra which played to him. A colorful life with a wonderful family and with people who trusted him and people whom he trusted was set up in exotic locations of Himalayas, the picture-perfect scenario. All these were measures to combat stress and aggression. We need not understand these things by words and lines. We need to read in between lines. Many times we cannot find an ice chamber to hide or deposit our aggression. Many times our own aggression, when it goes beyond territories of control, can be self-damaging. Anger is a missile which is often guided against self, a self-manufactured, self-destroying ammunition. Other extreme emotions are indifferent. We are not at liberty to create a Kailas of our own, that too while in the modern era of all erratic virtues that we are blessed with. In such a scenario, we need to auto-manipulate ourselves and live in an imaginary ice world, chilling ourselves against the currents of enormous stressful events and stress-giving people. Moreover, we need to learn that we are equally important to selves, and we need to engineer our own blueprints of stressless life. The great mantras, ignore, forgive, and forget, will come in handy. It is not essential that we fight stress. Modern day strategy tells that it is safe to fly away from it. We will always have two options in our life to combat stressful scenarios, either fight or flight. We need to play to our strengths. Take a chill pill, as an American dude tells, or chill dude, it's okay, or cool man, etc. We would have come across many such chill preaching people and statements. But neither can we keep cool nor are the chill pills available in the pharmacies to combat anger and aggression. We need to break the barriers of the language of our cortex and medulla and create a fortress of ice around our think tanks. Apart from all these, our family and friend zone that pull us away from stressful situations and act as shock absorbers in our life, and all that which entertain us into a peaceful and happiness strata are helpful. When you cannot change the world, just change your world. It is not wrong to be aggressive and angry. It is a natural emotion, be it Shiva or us. But in what conditions and how limitedly we use that tool decides our quality and quantity of wisdom. The quicker we go into the ice world, the better it is for our internal peace. Lord Shiva's way of life shows us ways of leading our life with controlled aggression to create an environment of peace and stability, a peace sanctuary around us, to create a befitting environment for our beloved ones, safe, secured and peaceful, happy enough to live, to blend with nature and be a part of it, to be the greatest wizard who can control many things and yet be in sync and in peace with self, and to lead a simple yet meaningful life, to be master of self in spite of being the boss of the universe. Remember that Shiva did not run away from his aggression. He did not hide in the ice world. Rather, he created an abode to get back to his normal terms after episodes of aggression and anger, just to keep his over-expressive part under the blanket of his snow kingdom. He wanted to prevent himself from over-expressing and use his aggression only when needed, wherever needed, for the welfare of the creation which he was assigned to supervise. Rest of the time was his time, his family time. He just walked back into that territory to find peace, to live in peace until he is called for the next act of aggression. Shiva isn't an escapist. He is a great strategist. Shiva is a beautiful and most adorable fire amidst the valley of snow, isn't it? May Lord Shiva bless us all. Har Har Mahadev, Shivoham. Happy Shivratri to everyone. If you have loved this episode, kindly share it with your friends and good circle. I'll catch up with you all in my next episode with yet another interesting story. Bye for now.